Now, I know what you're thinking. Tugi, you're talking about Hut? Well, trust me, I'm a bit surprised too, but there is a history of Ultimate Team content on this channel, and perhaps we'll see more of it in the future. But today, we get to talk about Hut in NHL 21, or at least parts of it. More info might be released soon. That said, a couple things to note here about the footage that you're seeing in the background. It is work in progress footage on rookie mode. A note I didn't get before about the gameplay trailer that we broke down, where there was some questionable things about the AI. Perhaps that trailer was on the same settings and I ripped the trailer a new one for some of the AI plays, and you know, probably didn't deserve to if it was on those settings. But regardless, hey, they didn't tell us, so who knows. But that way, if you see anything weird about the AI in this trailer, at least you know. But today, again, we get to talk about Hut. And I've mentioned this before with other trailers. You know, at the end of the day, are there going to be the biggest improvements for every single mode this year? No. But every mode did get, at least seemingly every mode, did get some love and attention. And with Hut in NHL 21, the biggest addition by far has to be Hut Rush, which is, I guess, a streamlined version of Ultimate Team. So you have a couple of different modifiers here to think about it. So, you know, one of the main talking points they have is essentially style count. So there's a scoring system, and how you score determines essentially a point modifier. So you could go into that game, and you know, basically the creative ways that you end up scoring might be the way to do it. So, you know, a 2-on-1 cross crease for an easy goal won't earn you as many points as a saucer pass with a one-handed tuck. So essentially, you want to go for the highlight reel goals. And of course, there are also other things, other challenges, like, you know, it'll be like, oh, every time you do a windmill deke, you get a bigger modifier. And the point of the mode is to get as many points as possible, of course, for the bigger rewards. There are different games within the mode, essentially. There's 3v3, 5-on-5, time game, goal limits. So it's kind of a mix of Hut and, I guess, 1/3s. But at the end of the day, you know, it is just another kind of way to get the rewards throughout Ultimate Team, and another option for people who might not want to sit there and grind the overly competitive modes that we see within the game. Of course, in Hut this year, squad battles is still a thing, rivals is still a thing, and aside from that, the only other really thing we're allowed to note right now is a more simplistic synergy system on screen to make, you know, that less cluttered and make it a little obvious, you know, a little more obvious what's going on, a little less confusing to some players. But yeah, the big thing this year being Hut Rush. You know, for me, being an Ultimate Team player, a very casual Ultimate Team player who more messes around in the menus at this point, for me, I see it as oh, you know, okay, this could be pretty cool. We'll see what happens, though. You know, we don't want this mode necessarily to just go the way of, like, a draft champs. You know, will this mode just go down as another kind of mode that doesn't really get touched by at least the high-end players who are going to focus on the competitive edge? There might be a decent shot at that. But like I said, for me at least, I can understand the point of adding in a mode like this, where, again, it's all about giving people options. You know, if Hut Rush is an option, if Squad Battles is an option, if Champs is still if Draft Champs is still technically an option, along with the more competitive stuff like Seasons and Rivals and all that. I mean, you know, it can only be a good thing, in my opinion at least. But yeah, Hut Rush, the newest big thing to talk about within Ultimate Team. I think it's going to be interesting. We need more information on it in terms of, like, oh, are there going to be like leaderboards and stuff like that to make it more competitive? Because that's where something like Draft Champs kind of fell apart, is I guess a real overall reason for the competitive scene to go back to it. But yeah, let me know what you think of not only the footage you see in the background, but of Ultimate Team. I'm sure this comment section is gonna be, oh, it's gonna be great.